It's 2020, very strange, unusual year. I think all of the old rules that we've had in the self-storage business are kind of put aside or thrown out the window. And as a company, we're focused on 5 key areas of our business, and we're focused on those so that we survive and thrive over the next few years. We have been talking about that in this series, and we are on number 4 today. So let's talk about the 4th area that our company is focused on so that we can make the most out of this economy that we find ourselves in. My name is Helm. I'm the author of Creating Wealth Through Self-Storage, and I'm the creator of the Quick Start Academy. And what I do is I support the small investor who wants to get in the self-storage business or who wants to grow their self-storage business, strategically do so in a way that creates true wealth and a fulfilling career. And if you haven't seen the other episodes, watch those. But today I want to talk about enhancing the customer experience. Given the amount of space that's on the market today, and given the educational level and the expectations of consumers today, it's critical that you know the experience your customer is going to have with you and your customer is going to have with your competition, and be able to accent and market what that difference is. Many customers today, like we've talked about, are expecting to move in remotely. Many customers today don't want to deal with people. Some do, many don't. Go sit at a McDonald's for 15 minutes. McDonald's has the kiosks and then they have personnel at the counters. I tend to be the guy that walks up to the counter, showing my age. But look at how many people will walk past the counter, go straight to the kiosk and order their meal. That empowers them. Do you know that over 80% of millennials today get anxious when they dial a phone number and have to talk on the phone? Many people do not want to be interacting with other people, especially today in the age of COVID. So that's one example of the customer experience that perhaps I know that you have modified your self-storage operations to accommodate. Here's my coaching. Think less like a self-storage owner and think more like a self-storage customer. What's your experience of interacting with your company? So when somebody finds you on Google or finds your website or drives by your facility or just stops in your facility, what do they experience? How easy or hard is it to rent a unit from you? This is where the customer journey starts. It starts where your customers find out about you, whether it's drive-by, online, or no matter what the source. What's their experience once they find you? How many clicks? Do they have to search around in a website to try to find the information thereafter? Remember, storage is like a subscription model. You're getting paid each month. So in essence, you've got to be ongoingly selling, ongoingly aware of what your customer's experience is, so you can keep that subscription going, so you can keep that income coming in. Because believe me, there's a lot of competition, including us, if you're in our markets, that would love to pull your customer base away from you. And we've done that. That's part of the customer journey. And once they have rented from you, the journey's not over. The journey's an ongoing process. What's their experience when they come to their unit? What's it like getting in your facility? What does your facility look like? How easy or hard is it for them to access their unit? At any point in the customer journey, there can be a breakdown, and a customer goes away or goes sideways. What are the reviews like for your facility? Hopefully you have them, and you have plenty of them. And hopefully they're good. You can have the best facility there is in your marketplace, but if you're not responsible for the customer experience, you're going to be out of business. So how do you take responsibility for the customer journey, the customer experience? Well, I can hear many of you now, but my customers come from many different sources, many different ways in. You mean I've got to be responsible for all of those? Yes. And it doesn't stop there. What's their experience monthly as they rent from you? What's it like as they go to their unit for the first time? What's it like as they go to their unit for the 60th time? What's it like as they open the door on their unit the first time? What's it like on the 60th open of that door? What's it like to pay your bill? What's it like to rent a unit from you? If you're renting online, how many clicks does it take? How many questions do I have to answer? Is it easier to rent a storage unit from you or rent a hotel room from Marriott or Hilton? Is it easier to rent your storage units or buy an airline ticket? You mean I've got to figure all of this out? Well, yes. Well, how do I start? Well, you can start with what's called customer journey mapping. That's a very fancy way of saying you figure all the ways your customers are coming to you, and then you go through and see what that experience is. And then you do the same thing for your competition in your submarket. So you know where your facility stands and how easy or hard or what the experience is compared to your competition. If somebody's going to rent online, go through the entire process. And maybe you cancel at the end and not rent the unit. Maybe you do. I rent units in my competition's facilities all the time. We've got to know what the customer experience is, if it's frustrating, if it's fulfilling, on all the touch points. And a touch point is just a point at which they interact with your company. Online, on the phone, in person. Again, if you're not going to be responsible for this, just know someone else will. So here are some sample, what we call customer touch points. Here are some places that customers interact with your company before becoming a customer. What's it like to learn about your facility online, on your website, on Google, on Facebook, on Twitter? What's it like to interact with your company as you're deciding which facility to go for? Do you support them in making that decision, or do you make it hard for them? For example, we give them questions to ask. Now, we've designed the questions to help the customer, but we've also designed the question to enhance our features and benefits compared to what our competition is, because we know where we stack up compared to the competition. We know their weaknesses. So we design questions to help consumers figure out which facility to go to that accentuate the differentiation that we're marketing to that customer. One touch point is the renting phase. We have customers that can do the entire process themselves without interacting with a person, or whether it's remotely or in person, we have it so that the customer doesn't have to do anything, just stand there and someone else will do the entire move-in process. What's it like to be an ongoing customer of your company? What's it like to enter your facility? What's it like when they no longer need storage? How easy or hard is it to leave your facility? How easy or hard is it to get a referral, to write a review? Wow, that's a lot, Mark. Where should I start? Well, I suggest starting at the beginning and go through each process online. What's it like interacting with your company on Google, then to your website, and go through all of that. You know, on your website, you can look and see what pages people go to. You can also see where on the website, how long they are on each page, and you can even see where they're clicking. In other words, where are they trying to get more information? That tells you the questions they have, or tells you what they're interested in. And you can design your marketing material or your information to inform them on some of the information that people are seeking on your website. Enhance the experience, make it easy to do business with you. We track quarterly where our customers come from. For example, last quarter in our largest facility, we had 30% of our new leases come from past customers and referrals. Now we've created, that just means our customer service is good, and also that our managers know to ask for referrals, and we stay in touch so that if they ever need storage again, we're top of mind. So if 30% of our new leases come from referrals and past customers, wouldn't it be important for you to stay in touch with them, maybe quarterly, to stay top of mind? It also doesn't hurt that we pay a $25 cash referral fee or a card with $25 on it. So start there. Now, when someone reaches out and calls your facility or emails your facility or contacts you through the website, what's that experience like? How long does it take for someone to respond back to an inquiry through the website? How long do they have to wait for an answer? How are the phone calls handled? Somebody calls up and wants to know how much a 10 by 10 is. Do you just give them the price? Now, depending on which facility of ours you're looking at, we get between 20 and 40% from the internet, which is primarily Google and our website, sometimes landing pages. So what do they see when they click on Google? How are people searching in your market area for storage on Google? You know, Google has a free keyword research support where you can find out how people are searching. And then you can design your, quote, ads on Google to reflect the wording that people are using to search for. That makes it easy for them to know that your facility is what they're looking for. And if they go to your website, how hard, do you got stock photos on there, or do you have photos of what your facility really looks like? Can somebody go to your website and get an experience of what it's like to do business with you? If not, that's a good starting point. Well, I don't know how to get this information. Well, here's a novel idea. Ask your customers. Ask them. What made you do business with us? Why did you select us? Figure out how many clicks it takes to do business with you today, and then reduce that number. Reducing the number of clicks equals enhanced customer experience. If you're using a kiosk, is it easy to figure out how to use it? Do you have a lot of signage around your facility to support them? Is no one's there and they're renting a unit, is it easy to find where that unit is on your facility? So go through, what we're doing is we're going through the entire customer experience, touch point by touch point, and our goal is to improve it every step of the way that we can. Why? Because we want to enhance the experience customers have with us, because there is a wide variety of places to choose from today. And if you're not responsible for their experience, someone else will be. So today it's critical to know what that experience is and to constantly be tweaking it and improving it. And the reality is it's not hard. It just takes critical thinking and common sense. And if you're in the self-storage business, I know you have that. So thank you very much. Next week we'll complete this series, and I look forward to being with you then. My name's Mark Helm. I'm the author of Creating Wealth Through Self-Storage, and I'm the creator of the Storage World Analyzer. That's the financial analysis tool that we use to analyze self-storage opportunities. StorageWorldAnalyzer.com. So I look forward to being with you next week. See you then.